Hello, welcome to day 3 of Expressions of Soul Healing. And today we are diving into creativity and joy. So I love talking about this and really kind of sitting in this energy because creativity is like life force energy, right? So as long as we are alive and breathing, we have the ability to tap into that creative source. And the more that we are able to tap into it, the more that we're able to recognize what is actually ours compared to what is somebody else's. And we get to have fun trying different things and exploring different things, seeing what feels good, what doesn't feel good, right? Because creativity and the real expression of that creative energy should come through joy. And joy should be that process of creating, right? So you should be filled with joy as you are experiencing the process. And so part of this ritual, the more that you practice it, it's really about just kind of shedding those layers and layers so that you do feel joy when you are doing it. Letting go of the expectations, letting go of it having to be perfect, letting go of comparison, right? Because when we think about creativity, we think of artists, right? And so you think of famous painters or singers or people, social content and all sorts of different areas, fashion designers, right? All of these different people that have this very unique and often this eloquent way of expressing their creativity that sparks something within somebody else, which is why we feel drawn towards it, right? And so the beauty about that is you can notice what types of creativity outlets that you're drawn towards, and also having that self-discernment to being able to see something and appreciate it for the sake of appreciating it, but know that it's not your soul's expression. But you get to have fun through the process of finding out what is your soul expression, right? So creativity, we're going to go back to that. So creativity is that expression, right? Like this is the truest form of the expression of your life force, right? Because it is that energy that is anchored into your body. It is that energy that is tapped into your soul's desires. It's connected to just natural creation and life force, right? Like that ability to, like, the unknown place of where ideas come from that are more intuitive or more seemingly out of nowhere than just the thoughts in our head, right? And so with today's daily ritual, what I kind of want to have you be able to embody is again, quieting down, creating a safe, sacred space for yourself. So a place where you can just be completely by yourself, where you can feel free to let the expression flow in whatever form or fashion that it wants to. And, you know, when we, in today's exercise or the ritual, it is going to be a little bit of movement. So we get to, that we begin to be clear our body, get into our body, and start to feel our way into that creative life force energy, feeling our way into what that energy wants to be. So, and again, that process of getting out of our head and into our body, that can flow through a lot easier. And so I'm going to pick a few songs, take any one of those that you wish, use that song, allow yourself to just move with it. However, I mean, like this is the start of creative energy, right? Because if you're not thinking about how you have to move to the song, but you allow yourself to feel the song and then move, that's creative, like that's creativity at its core. And then we're going to take that and we're going to let that creativity flow over into just creating a one piece blank, to take one blank piece of paper, and we're going to create a little bit of art, right? And so having something of color, whether it's markers, whether it's crayons, colored pencils, whatever you have access to is fine. But just something really easy and something that you can use with both hands, right? So what I love about this practice is that again, we're using different parts of the brain in different ways so that we are taking ourselves out of our normal conscious patterns and really allowing ourselves to just be present with whatever wants to flow through. And so what we'll do is once you've finished the song, when the song finishes, you're immediately going to grab just one color in one hand, one color in the other. Doesn't matter which one it is, but just do that. And then we'll start with our right hand, and you're going to look at that color, use that color to write a word down on the piece of paper. Whatever that, like, I mean, anywhere up to 5 words, 1 to 5 words, doesn't matter. Don't overthink it. Could be a small saying, whatever. So when you look at that pen or that color, what comes to mind? What does it feel? What is inspired within you with that? And then once you completed that, I want you to set a timer for 60 seconds. And then I want you to take the other pen that's in your left hand, or color pencil, whatever, and just begin get general sense of your paper because you want to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, just let yourself flow with the pen. If you want to put music on in the background, you can. If you want to think about the song that you were just listening to, or restart the song that you were just listening to, or have your favorite song pop into your head, whatever. Like, there's no hard and fast rule, right? But the idea is that you're able to find something to flow, and then you're just letting that pen or that colored object move and flow as you move and flow. And then when you're done, just allow yourself to put your left hand on your heart, your right hand just below your belly button. Taking a few breaths as you just look at what you created. And look for beauty in what you created. Or like, ideally, beauty is where I tend to look because that's just how I am. But wherever you're at, right? Like, as you look at it, what do you see in it? So, like, that idea of being able to look at what you created, not from the critical eye of whether it's good or bad, but that curiosity of, when I flowed through, what flew through? Like, what do you now see on that paper besides just a bunch of scribbly lines? Right? So, like, taking that time, because then we're building that creative muscle from and reinforcing like what we tapped into for ourselves. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this one nice and simple, right? Because we tend to, like, this is the last thing you want to overthink, because creativity, while we can use our brains as tools to teach ourselves how to do certain methodologies, or we can give ourselves the tools and types of ways to paint or to draw or to create music, or whatever way with which you typically express or you are called to express. The brain is the tool that helps teach us the technicalities, but it is all body, creativity, and life force energy that allows us to bring joy to the process of creating. So I hope you enjoy this ritual. And, if you really are just not drawn to putting pen and paper, maybe it's simply dancing or using your voice or some other way of creative expression. But the idea is that you really want to break down right side versus left side. And you want to like something like words or have a little bit more structure, flow, like really allowing it to flow. So whatever that looks like and means to you, like this is how you can evolve a practice so that it soothes your soul, that it nurtures your soul, and that you're able to truly find the joy in a creative process. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you again tomorrow.